Have you ever put your all into a business idea only to see it flop spectacularly? Have you invested money into a new product or a service that you were convinced, like you were just convinced about this, you would make a great ROI, return on investment, but you're now in debt? It's hard to know when to let go of something you've invested so much time, money, and effort into. And the problem is that if you don't have the courage to let go, it will affect your overall business in a negative way, and even worse, affect you emotionally and mentally. In order to know when to let go, you need to be aware of the signs. And in this episode, I'm going to explore some of the signs and honest questions you need to ask yourself, and also the difference between quitting and letting go. Welcome to the Elevate Your World podcast. This podcast is for anyone who wants to take their business to the next level. Each episode tackles a topic relevant to entrepreneurs and those looking to start a business. I share tips and tricks on how you can grow your business, find success, and elevate your life. I am your host, Jules. I was recently in Kampala, Uganda, and there were two major events. I won't name the events for obvious reasons. And both of these events, they were really, really big events. And they were in the same location and just a couple of weeks apart from each other. Now, both of them registered a really low turnout based on the size of the venue. Now, one of the events continued, even though there were less than 100 people there. They carried on the event and basically right to the end. And then there was the other event, which was a couple of weeks after. Same venue, similar type of event, I would say. Same problem, they registered low numbers in attendance. But they made a decision to cancel the event midway through the event. And it got me thinking and gave me the idea for this episode. When and how do you decide to cancel, to quit, to give up, or let go? Now, whether that's an event like this, a startup, a business idea, a project, or an investment, anything, to do with your business. And the answer is not straightforward. I'm pausing because I'm thinking, because it's very personal to each entrepreneur or business owner, and it depends on so many different factors. Now, I know in your lifetime, you've heard this phrase or quote, never give up, never ever give up, don't quit. Quitting is for losers, and on and on and on. When you start your own business, there will be a lot of uncertainty. You may not know the best way to run it, how to market it, brand it, or what to do next, what your next steps are. And being aware of this uncertainty is important so that you can be prepared for the unexpected and know when to let go of your startup or business idea. There are always signs that it may be time for you to look at other options and explore other opportunities. When is enough? We always say enough is enough, but when is that enough is enough? The reason I say also let go rather than quit is that the word quit, when you hear that word quit, it has such a stigma to it. We're told never to quit, right? And so for me, the difference is quitting is that you can't do it and you're not brave enough to try anymore. Whereas letting go is that you shouldn't do it and you're brave enough to let go. Again, I ask, when is enough is enough? And one of the problems I've found is that people quit way too early before they've even given the business enough time, before they've given it enough money or given the full effort to build it and to grow the business. Now, for example, this is someone who came to me recently about marketing. They started up an online clothing business. And in just 4 weeks, I said the same thing to them, 4 weeks, there were no sales. They just said, oh, Jules, I want to quit. Forget about it. It's not going to work. And I thought they said 4 months. When I had to clarify 4 weeks, I was like, that's not enough time. So luckily, they came to me, and that's when I had to help them re-strategize and look for Look at different factors such as the target audience or the actual marketing tools and strategies they were using. And when it comes to our businesses, we want to elevate. We want to go higher. We want to go to the next level, the next and the next. And therefore, we really need to invest and we need to see the growth in our businesses. And we want more wins than losses. And losses can be anything like not making sales or not keeping up with current demands. And investments can be things like recruiting a new team or buying new tech, new laptops, cameras, things like that. However, if you start seeing the losses outweighing the investments, then it really is time for a change. Entrepreneurship is a very risky business, yes. There are so many factors that can go wrong, but there are so many factors that can go right and are very rewarding as well. And it's important to know your own appetite for risk and when to let go and stop before you lose too much money or time. Right, here are 10 signs. There's lots of signs, but I'm just giving 10 here. And these are 10 signs that you should look out for to know and to decide if it's time to let go and start something new. Right, number 1, sales are slow or they've just stopped completely. 2, you're not seeing any growth. That could be your customer base, for example. The market has changed maybe and your current product or service doesn't fit anymore. Or with social media, you're not gaining any followers with all your social media strategies. And then personally for you as a person, you're not growing as well. 3, you're losing money or not making any money at all. Example, you're spending crazy amounts of money on Facebook ads and you're not getting any leads, no sales, and it's just going nowhere. 4, you're wasting time. Now, an example for me, I've spent hours creating reels or TikToks, and then I'm only seeing like 3 views, 10 views. I'm like, what is this? I've just spent half of the day doing this. 5, you're not making any progress. Now, I've talked about this in one of my episodes. I believe it's episode 9, Level Up or Level Out. In that episode, I talk about goals and milestones. And if, you've got your goals set, but you're literally not making any progress, you're not hitting any of the targets, and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, and there's just literally no progress. Now, these signs are a bit more personal. Now, number 6, you've lost passion or motivation as well. It's normal to lose a bit of motivation every now and again. But if you get to your desk and you are dreading opening up your laptop or starting your day, then this is, major sign. 7, your mental health and well-being is affected. This is something I think I'm going to cover this in another episode as well. As an entrepreneur, our mental health is pushed to the limits. And only you can know this personally within yourself, what those limits are for you. Because, there is a bit of stress that's good. And then there's stress that's just really negatively affecting you. Maybe physically, you're not eating, you're not sleeping, things like that. So if your mental health is being affected, this is probably the number 1 major sign. Number 8, your values have changed. Now, as people, we change. We're constantly evolving. So what you deem to be your values 5 years ago, today, it might be something completely different. And just thinking about the pandemic in the last few years, a lot of us, our values have changed. 9, you've taken a break or a sabbatical, or you've had rest. But you've come back and you still feel like nothing has changed, nothing is changing. So it's always important to step away, I think. And if you've done that, you've come back and nothing has changed, this is another one. And finally, number 10. I've left this to the last one. You don't want to be seen as a failure. Now, and this is the thing, holding on because of what people will say. Now, as an entrepreneur, maybe this might be your story. You maybe quit your 9 to 5 and you've opened up your business and things not working out. And then you had those few people there that were like, what is he really doing? What is she doing? She's not going to make it. It's not going to work. So there's a part of you that's like, no, I can't fail. I can't fail. So if that is the reason you're holding on, it is in a sense a good motivator somehow to keep you going. But realistically, when you know there's nothing left, there's nothing else you can do, you've done everything you can. The truth is that there are times, many times, where letting go can look like success and not failure. Like I said before, making the decision to let go of a business or a startup project or an investment, whatever it is, it's quite a personal one, and there's no one size fits all solution here. This is why it takes a lot of thought, research, analysis, calculating before you can come to a decision. So here I just want to leave you with some questions to think about to help you think through your choice, whether that's to keeping on, or to let go and start something new. Have I given the business my all? Have I given the business enough time? Have I pinpointed the problems? Have I tried all possible solutions? Have I taken a break? Have I learnt lessons through all of this? Finally, sometimes you have to let go so you can grow. I sometimes like to think of it like this. If I let go of this thing that may be weighing me down, I'll be able to rise up and elevate. And when you're a true entrepreneur, letting go doesn't mean giving up on your dream. No. It just means knowing when to stop so that you can move on to something different or maybe even better. Thank you for listening to this episode on knowing when to let go in business. We have some really good business resources on our website, elevatestudio.uk.com/resources. And I will catch you on the next episode.